Hello and welcome back to my channel, and my name is Cami, and on this channel we focus mainly on graphic design, and today's video is going to be creating a brand from scratch, and this will be another candle brand, but it'll be a pink and red sort of vibes, very girly, feminine, and yeah, let's get into it. So this is my mood board, and like you can see it's very pink and red, and my inspiration behind this is this artist who draws or paints real bodies, and you can find her on Instagram. She's called Art by Alicia KT. I'll place her handle below. And another person that I'm inspired by, which you can actually see in this mood board, is Abby Design, and she is a graphic designer, and she created these illustrations of women in bikinis. So I'm combining these two inspirations for when I'm creating my patterns and adding some illustrations, which I'm going to be drawing real bodies but just without the bikinis. So I'm going a bit bold, but I think this really will fit with the brand, as it's supposed to be very empowering and bold, and this would really fit with this brand's values. And this is the fonts that I had in mind that was really popping at me, and obviously I'm trying to go with this vibe of girly and as well as bold, and as you can see I'm just removing the ones that don't really fit, and then it's between these two, and I really liked the N on that one because it was just going out and it was quite nice, but this one was the winner. And obviously we are going with the pinks and the reds, and what you can do in Adobe is actually go on this color themes. So if you have no ideas of what colors to go with, you can type it in and just see what pops up. So I typed in like pinks and reds, and this is one of the options, and it was absolutely perfect. So it definitely saved me the time of going through, as this was perfect. I didn't need to even tweak it or anything, as it was just perfect. So here I'm just showing the name in different colours just to see how it would work, and it's hard to see, but there's a slight difference between these two. One of them is a bit more red and the other one is a bit more pink, and I decided to go with the one that's a bit more pink, because when you compare the two, the one that is a bit more pink looks a bit longer, which really works with the brand more compared to making it a bit shorter, even though it's not actually shorter, it just seems it. And one of the logo variations that I have is going with handmade candles below, and I also wanted to create a logo mark, so this would be perfect for social medias, a favicon, or anything that would need a logo in a circle, which going with the simple N would be perfect. So I'm also swapping the colours around as well, which also works very nicely. Having a couple variations of the colours that the logo works with is really nice, so I just swapped the colours around and that was perfect. And I'm just doing a couple tweaks with the logo mark. I'm adding a circle. And lately, by lately I mean literally on the day, I found out how to put the words around the circle and then flipping it. You'll see what I mean in a second, because I'm terrible at explaining it, but that's what I mean by placing it on the center of the line and then mirroring it so it's readable in this way. I hope this makes sense. As usually, obviously the text continues to round around the circle, which obviously is harder to read because it starts to go upside down. So this is definitely the ideal way of making it, and this is something that I literally just found out. So I was never ever doing this before, and I always saw these designers doing it, and I was thinking, how the heck do I do this? And then another variation is having the N coming out of the circle, and I've really liked that, and I think it definitely fits with this bold vibe that I'm also going with as well, that the N is actually coming out of the circle. So I got these images from free sites like Pexels and Shutterstock, as well as I think one was from Google, and it was just to sketch around the body. So I'm using the pen tool just to go around the body. And a style that I saw with one of my inspirations is not having arms and legs, which it has made my life easier during this design, obviously because some of the legs are obviously in the water, but the hands would be so difficult to create. I hate making hands, they're so confusing. I can never wrap my head around it. Even if it's just sketching, I'd probably mess up. And then I made the decision to emphasize on the female features and not including this sort of bikini that they're wearing, which I think it represents the brand very nicely because it's all about female empowerment. And I think this illustration fits exactly with what the brand would stand for. It's empowerment, it's freeing, it's control, and I think even though it doesn't fit exactly with candles, it fits with the values that this brand would be showing. Very similar to like Dove, how they had the campaign of basically everybody is perfect and everybody is a beach body and stuff like that, which is the idea for this brand that I have. And I really enjoyed drawing these women. It was a very nice process. It's not something that I've done before, and I think it's definitely something that I'm gonna do much more. And then I accidentally forgot to film myself doing one of them. It happens, but yeah, you can see my other process of the other lady that I'm drawing, and I think in general it turned out very nice. So this is the three ladies that we have here, and I had a little mix around of the colours. So we went for both of the colours, showing them both in the lighter pink and the more hot pink, and of course we had to change the drawing itself just so obviously they stand out. And then this would be used as a pattern. So I'm just presenting the logo and the logo mark next to them, placing it in an aesthetic way. And I can't express how happy I am with how this turned out, because I think it really fits with the brand. It's amazing. And I created these couple lines just to go around the bodies. And I think this is definitely a bold design, but I think for this brand that I have in mind, it definitely fits, as it's supposed to be this bold brand, and having this bold design definitely fits. And the next thing that I do is get some photography again from free sites like Pexels and Shutterstock, and it's of these close-ups of female bodies and just females in general, and placing the logo and the logo mark on them just to bring the logo to life. And this is again something that I've recently come across. I've seen other designers do it, but I've never had, I guess, the opportunity to do it. And as this brand is just very female orientated, it definitely fit to go with some nice photography of females, and it definitely does bring the brand to life. And then I was doing some final touches on pattern, so I'm just adding the name onto the pattern. So I recently found out that the brand No Issue offers mockups, like PSD mockups, so it allows their users to see what their pattern and logos would look on their products. So that's what I'm going to be using to mock my work up. And next I'll be going into a poster for this candle brand, and I found these body candles on Adobe stock, and I'm just adding some colour to them, and of course I'm going for the pinks and reds, and I'll be adding some shadow to them just to bring a little bit of life into them, as well as adding some highlights. And then I'll be blending out the bottom of them just so it just fades in more with the picture, and I think this would work really nice, and it did. And I'm grabbing this chocolate drips, which is supposed to represent this wax melting, and of course it'll be pink, and I put the logo behind and I changed the colour to white so it just stands out. And the main message is a bit punny, it's "you are hot," and I think it's a great message to fit with this brand, as it's also supposed to be very empowering. I think the main thing about this is their values and their mission, which is all surrounded about empowering women, and this is like one of the things that makes this brand stand out. And of course the branding really fits it, as you know, the pinks and reds are very bold, attractive colours. And I think the idea for this being this empowering brand, this empowering candle brand, I think through the branding, through the visuals, I think this was achieved, and I'm very happy with the end result. And yeah, here you can see the actual packaging that I used from No Issue, and this is the tissue paper with the pattern, as well as a box with the tissue paper again, and I think this has turned out very nicely. I hope that you liked my video, and if you did, please give it a like, subscribe and comment. And if you'd like to also follow me on Instagram, you'll see the handle below. So yeah, I'll see you there. Bye!